Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Yasmin. I'm 21 years old. I live in São Paulo with my parents and my grandmother. I have 3 cats, and in my free time, I love to listen to pop music. And what about you, Bruno? Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Bruno. I'm 45 years old. I live in Rio with my family, my wife, and the two sons, one son and one daughter. My free time, I like to go to the beach, go to the cinema, play soccer, and the other things.
Very good, and thanks for sharing about you. It's a pleasure to have you here. And what about you, Mariana?
Hello, guys. My name is Mariana. I'm 34 years old, and currently I live in La Solteira. La Solteira is a small town, so far off São Paulo. I'm living with my parents because I will travel to Canada in September, so I come back to spend more time with them. I'm also a host here on TALKNTALK, and I think that's it.
So you can tell us more about your meeting, when and what time it's your meeting here?
Yeah, I'm here every Friday, 4 p.m.
Very good, and thanks for sharing about you. It's a pleasure to have you here too. And you, Sarah, can you introduce yourself for us?
Absolutely. So good morning, guys. I'm Sarah. I live in Inglês. I would like to dance, to listen to music, study languages as well. And I'm also a hostess here on TNT, so it's always a pleasure.
Thanks for sharing. And now we can start our conversation now that we know more about each other. So the second question is, what personality traits in others do you consider pet peeves? So something that bothers you. So let's start with you, Mariana.
I think I really rate when someone avoid hard conversation. For me, it's so boring because you block the main channel to share about you, about your concerns, about your I don't know, your problems. And I think if you avoid this type of communication, you lost opportunity to fix something.
Yeah, and I think like this in a relationship is something that really bothers me, because like you just want to talk to know what is happening and the person don't want to talk.
Yeah, it's complicated. And I think it's not about the time, because sometimes the other person needs take time to reconsider or to thinking about what happened. But I think it's important in a work relationship and in a romantic relationship as well.
Yeah, totally. And you, Sarah?
Yeah, definitely when people are always touching me, I'm not a cell phone, so if you need to talk with me, just talk, I'll be listening. But I need my space, when I'm talking to someone and this person is getting closer and closer, and keep it touching me, so this person can have my attention. I feel very bothered. I always try to give a step back so this person can notice, but they keep coming closer. So it's crazy. I really don't like this. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate these too. And like one day I was talking like to a friend and she started to do this. And my mother needed to tell her, oh, Yasmin don't like this, so please don't do this. And what about you, Bruno?
Sorry. I don't like pessimistic people. I think that when you talk something and the people say that it's not correct, isn't right, and I'm a optimistic people, and in this case I hate it.
Yeah, I feel you because I hate these too. And but I think I hate more like when someone arrives in a place and this person is always trying to get attention. So this person like does like everything to get attention of everyone. I hate this.
Yes.
And it's really hard to stay in the same place as someone like this. And so, number 3, when was a time in your life you opened up and felt rejected? So, I think this one, we can start with you, Sarah.
Sorry. This one is hard. My gosh. I usually don't open up this much, only maybe with closer people in my family, my circle of friends. Maybe I was here remembering my mom. Sometimes she's kind of harsh, because I think if you are a parent, your vision is different, because if I talk to a friend, they have something to share. But if I talk to one of my parents, they know me so well and they want the best and everything. So I shared about this guy that I was interested in, and she didn't like him so much. So I was like, okay, I'm not sharing again about the guy that I like, because she wasn't so happy about it. And I don't know, I felt rejected because I'd like to talk with her about this type of issue, about not boys, because I'm not a girl anymore. I'm just a woman now, but about romantic life in general. But nowadays I prefer to talk with my friends about romantic parts, and I talk with her about professional life, about other struggles. I think that this division works better for me.
Yeah, and I think it sometimes it's really difficult to talk to our parents about this kind of thing because they start to ask about the person. Sometimes you are not with this person anymore, and they keep asking about what is going on. So I hate to talk about this, but I feel in the same way as you, but with like my professional life. Because one day I didn't want to go to a job interview. I was not interested in, but they didn't listen to me and they said, no, you will go. And I didn't want to go, but I needed to go because they wanted that I went to this job interview. And what about you, Bruno?
Yeah. So I think that my last job, when I was managing project, and I was explaining what how can I say, what happened, what how can I say is the past, what's happened in the project, and my boys is reject me about what I was talking in relation of this project, and the end of the project, my opinion is right, and his opinion is wrong, but how can I say? But I don't know. Mesmo assim, I don't know. How can I say it?
Oh, I don't know. Someone
Yeah,
knows.
yeah, and he doesn't. My God, admit. I don't know. Doesn't admit the wrong.
Yeah, like he didn't admit that he was wrong, and I love when this kind of thing like happen, like when you are right and the person notice but they don't admit.
Yes. Sorry, because my English is not so good.
No, we are totally understanding you. So that's really like it's bad because you felt rejected, but it's good that you noticed that he noticed you that he was wrong and you were right.
Yes.
And what about you, Mariana?
I think I have the same issue with my parents because sometimes I avoid to share so personal things, especially about romantic relationships. But regarding professional process, sometimes they don't know what suggests me. So it's complicated. I totally understand their position because sometimes it's so different of their lives. But I think it generates sometimes a rejection feeling.
Yeah, but maybe they could just like pretend that they understand. Yeah. So let's go to the next one. What was a time you felt unexpectedly triggered by another actions? So Bruno, let's start with you this one. When was the last time?
Sorry, I didn't understand you said.
Oh, so do you want that I translate for you this one?
Yes. What was
Okay.
kind of unexpected triggered?
Yeah, maybe when like someone did something and you, not that you felt bad. I will translate for you. Like, em que momento você sentiu que, tipo, teve um gatilho da ação de alguém? Alguém fez alguma coisa e te deu um gatilho.
Okay. Trigger, yes. Let me see. Let me think. I don't know. Ask someone after I
Yeah.
answer.
Okay,
Sorry.
so if you remember, please tell me. And you, Mariana, let's start with you.
It's hard, this conversation today. I was here, remember, I think, because 3 weeks, I think 3 weeks before, I was in a retreat, and this retreat is about development, personal development. And I think I reviewed so many topics in my life. And after that, I had a moment, and this moment triggered so many feelings. And I think it I had an overreaction. So yeah, when you talk about this, I remember this moment.
Yeah, and like sometimes we don't think that this kind of thing will do this to with us, and because like something that sometimes make me like have this kind of feeling is like to feel triggered is music. Like sometimes I'm listening to music and I remember a situation because of this music, so I stopped to listen to this because I feel like bad.
Mhm.
So, and you, Sarah?
My example is kind of silly, but I'm gonna share it anyway. I don't know. I remember that in 2021, I was taking private classes, English private classes, and I had a teacher that was so great. I was talking to him every Friday, and it was my favorite day in the week because we were living the pandemic and a lot of time at home, and I could see the outside world, in a way. So we talked so much about several things, and we 2020, 2021, about 6 months. And in the beginning of 2021, he started a different project. So we had to stop the classes. And when he told me, oh my gosh, I felt so sad, very sad. I think I even overreacted because I was like, oh my gosh, I have to start over to find other person to talk to. And my I was afraid I was going to lose my progress, and I was also upset because it was more than just an English class for me. I realized that it was also connection with other people and having moments of normality. I don't know if this word exists, but things were seemed to be more normal while I was taking the classes because I had hope for the future. The things were very hard for me here at home, and with the classes I felt better. I felt like I had motivation to study, so it was very hard for me. And after the conversation I cried so much, oh my gosh, because I was so sad. But then I found other ways to study, and things felt into place, but at first it was so hard.
Yeah, I think maybe like to start something new or to start something one more time makes us feel like this so nervous and think that, oh, can I do this? Can I talk to other people or not? So I feel you. And now, Bruno, do you remember?
Yes, I sorry. I felt this trigger in the other another action when I was unemployed for 5 years ago, and I was trying to come back the job market, and I couldn't. I couldn't, and I sought. I sought. Uh, if I couldn't to enter the jobs market, I have to beat the market. And how can I say? Uh, in this case, I opened my all business, my all company. And today I'm an employee.
Yeah, I think like this kind of situation, like when you are unemployed, everything that you see makes you feel like bad sometimes. Like your friends are entering in a new job and you
Yes.
don't. So it's really difficult, yeah, to see this.
Yes.
And so we can go to number 5. Like now talking about like childhood, I think now it's easier to talk about this. So what were you like as a child? So we can start with you, this one, Bruno.
Like a child?
Yeah, like how was your personality?
Oh, yes. I think that I'm a happy child, and I like to play soccer, playing to run away my friends, and I love the study, and today I continue to love. I think that's it. It's a calm child. I was a calm child.
Yeah, really good. And you, Mariana? So Mariana and you.
I always talk a lot, and when I was a child, I was the kind of person that arrive in a place and, hey, my name is Mariana. Do you like play with me? So yeah, I have never problems with just to make a friends. I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like totally the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I arrived at a place, I wait for people to talk to me because I am so shy. So sometimes I wait for people to talk to me, and yeah, I was calm, like Bruno said too, but sometimes like my parents, they punished me because I am a person that I always have an opinion about something. So when they said something and I didn't agree, I needed to say. So because of this, I was always like being punished for something. And you, Sarah?
I was calm, just like you, but I regret because I didn't broke an arm and people didn't sign my arm. I thought it was so funny, not the break part, but about the signatures. And I was kind of sick for a part in my childhood, but like I could control it, medication, and it was enemy, I think, the disease. And I was always in the in the hospital, but after some years, things have got better. What else? And I like to play with my friends, my cousins, because they are neighbors here. We always had cousins around me, so I used to play a lot. And I kind of miss because I was more extrovert. I used to make friendships easier, and now it's hard because you are adult, you have your criteria, your I don't know, you have the things you like, the things you dislike, and you judge sometimes, or always in my case. And people judge you, obviously, so it's not so easy.
Yeah, that's really true. Like when we are children, we don't care about like the appearance, the personality. We just want to make friends. But when we become an adult, it's really difficult. So, and like talking about this, I think, oh, Mariana said that she was like so talkative. And number 6 is talking about this. What trait in others do you wish you had? Because I wish I was like more talkative because I'm not. So like as Mariana said, like arriving in places and talking to people, like introducing myself and start a talk. So I want to know, let's start with you, Bruno. What trait in others do you wish you had? We can't hear you.
Sorry, I didn't understand this question.
Okay, so what trait in others do you wish you had? Tipo, qual característica que alguém tem que você gostaria de ter?
Oh, yes. I think that is I like to talk with somebody. I think that I'm a sympathetic. Like I think that characteristic is how can I say focus in the objective. I think that I don't have many focus in this objective.
Yeah.
I want to embrace the words, and I think that's not correct.
Yeah, like to be more focused on the things that you want, because sometimes you want to do like everything at the same time.
Yes.
And you, Sarah.
Yeah, that is a very good point about focus, and I definitely need this one in my life. And here I was thinking about persuasion. That is something that I need to develop, not only for a work purpose, but also personal life, to have an opinion and be able to defend it and even convince others that my point is reasonable. And the other one that is a must for me, don't take things personally, that I usually do that without even realizing. Next thing I know, I'm sad, I'm upset about situation because of something that I created in my mind that's not even real sometimes. So if we're able to understand, oh, it's not about me, it's about them, it's about the situation, it's about a lot of other things that doesn't necessarily involve me, I think my life would be easier if I could understand this more, not only my mind, but in a practical way.
Yeah, totally. I think this is really important because sometimes like someone treats you in a bad way and you take it like personally, but it's about them and it's not about you. So they are treating you in this way because of their problems. So, and you, Mariana?
I would like to improve my public speaking skills. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, I think it's something that I can improve because and put more energy, or I don't know, use more my hands, or yeah, I would like to improve it.
Yeah, I think this is something really important, like nowadays. And so we were like talking about parents. So what are your parents' values and how do your own values differ? So I think we can start with you, this one, Mariana. What about you?
My parents are very respectful and honest. And for me, I really like both qualities. But sometimes I think my parents are a little religious intolerance. So it's a complicated thing. And I try to do different about it.
Yeah, I feel this too. Like, but because like my grandmother, she is like true religious, and like I was raised by her for some years. So I think at the same time that I learned with her like how to respect people and how to be honest, sometimes I I can't accept the way that she talks about other people's religions or about some some beliefs that she has like about like gays and lesbians, things like these. I can't accept, so I think this makes us like argue sometimes. And what about you, Bruno?
So I think that's the same situations of Mariana. Mm, my mother, not my parents, because my mother is separated to my father, and my mother touched me about honesty, sincerity, and empathy. But I think that is a very intolerance, religion intolerance. It's different of me. I don't have religion. I accept our religion, and I think that she doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, and I think this is something really common, like from like when we are talking about like old people,
Yes.
they have like the same mind, and so it's really complicated. And like sometimes I talk to my grandmother, and for her it's difficult to understand. It's not about like to accept, you just need to respect and don't talk bad things about others religions. So, and you, Sarah?
Well, my parents have taught me how to be generous and also work because things don't fall from the sky, that is important to be aware of that. And I would say the same things you mentioned about the religion. I think religions are a huge part of our culture here in Brazil. Maybe in a different place, we would have a different problem, probably not about this. But I feel even with the job market, for example, they have a different vision that I should take an exam and work for a public company because you have stability and you can have this career. But sometimes I don't think that is the best thing for me because I'd like to be able to work anywhere and live a different life from them. I would like this ability, but the other things, I don't know if these are for me, and I think we have this conflict sometimes. They want me to take a test, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna see it, I'm gonna take a look. And it's not so interesting to me. Besides of the money, it doesn't match my work style so much, but I understand that they have a life right now because of this, and they want me to do well as well, so yeah.
Yeah, and like you talked about job, and like for them it's really difficult to understand like the type of work that we have nowadays, that we can like work from home. Yeah, and they like for sometimes for my parents and like for my relatives, they think that you just are successful if you are a public servant. So when I can't understand this. So we can go to number 8. So what aspects of yourself do you wish to improve? We also kind of talked about this, but things that you have and you would like to improve more. So Sarah, what about you?
I'd like to have more self-confidence. I think that makes a lot of difference. That's why I'm here, even because not only about English, about the ability to talk with different people and be able to present your point of view. I believe that's very important. And also be a good seller. Doesn't matter if you work with sales or not, you are always selling yourself in a way. And I think that I don't have this skill in me, and I need to develop and improve because job interview, a conversation, presentation, you are selling ideas, and it's also something that I would like to improve.
Yeah, I think maybe this is more about like confidence too, because I think I started to learn how to dance, and like I could see a lot of people that they didn't know how to dance, but they were so confident that you started to like to believe that they were like good dancers, you know. So sometimes I think it's more about confidence than really be good at something. And for you, Mariana.
I totally agree with Sarah, and I'm in this process to improve my English. And I would like to put my English in the same level at my Spanish, and I will start French as well. So for me, this language parts it's important, and I agree that it involves confidence. Yeah, because if you analyze very well, it's important to guarantee that the message was understood. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Like it's important to make people like understand you. So, and what about you, Bruno?
So I believe that we must improve every day. But in this case, I think that my English is not good, and I have to improve because I have to talk with more people every day. In this case, is a negative point with me for me.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think like you said like something about to be more focused on things. So maybe I wish I was more focused because like nowadays I don't know what I want to do, when I want to do, or where. So I am so confused about the things, and so it's been really hard. So I wish I could improve these, like to be more focused on my goals. And so we can go now to number 9. I think we have time to answer. So Bruno, let's start with you. What negative emotions do you avoid and why?
I don't know. I don't know how can I say this word. Hungry.
Yeah.
Angry. I think that is not good. I'm a people that how can I say, I love peace. I think that the word is more happy, and I don't like to feel it to someone angry.
Yeah.
How can I say, I'm a person so calm. I don't like the fight discussions and the other thing that is not a crescent. Let me say. I have to improve our lives every day.
Yeah, like you said about being angry, and I totally agree because like sometimes when we are too angry, we forget about our values too.
Yes.
And sometimes we start to talk things to people that we didn't want, to say than this, but we start to say because we are too angry that it doesn't matter. So, and you, Sarah?
I try to avoid holding grudge, because if you are putting these emotions in yourself about, this person hurt me last year and I'm still sad about it. I'm not saying you cannot be sad, but I try to avoid because it hurts me more than them, because if they were actually hurt by this, they would act differently, so I try to avoid this type of feeling that makes me feel upset, and it also breaks the friendship a little, or the relationship we had, so I try to forgive. Forget's not so easy, but forgive it's possible, and move on.
Yeah, like for me, it's really difficult to forgive. So because I want revenge, So like I was talking to my mother. So if someone do something bad to me, it doesn't matter how many years will pass, like can be 10, 12, like 20 years, I will make the revenge. This person like will pay for everything that he or she did to me. I think this is something really bad. So like I don't like this kind of feeling because you spend your whole life thinking about it. And what about you, Mariana?
I agree with you, Yasmin. I was a very vindictive person. So when something bad happened, I always talk, I hope you fall and I don't know, break your teeth or something like this. But now I think when some bad happened, I try analyze the situation and take for me my responsibility of this, and I try to divide, I think, this responsibility. So I take for me what is mine, and I bring I understand what is the other person.
Yeah, I think this is really important to do because sometimes it's difficult to deal with these, yeah, to learn how to deal. But when you understand how, it's really good. And so I think we kind of like answered the number 10 that we're talking about what would happen if you let yourself feel these negative emotions. So we think we answered these, and we can go to the last question. So have you ever felt embarrassed of who you are? So Mariana.
I think I had embarrassed about some actions that I had, not about me, but about some actions I did. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like and now that we regret, like we are always like thinking about these, yeah. So and you, Sarah.
Yes, I have. About the appearance, because I was in school and kids were different, about hair especially and skin. I felt embarrassed. Now I don't feel anymore. But something that I still experience nowadays, it is about the experience, work experience, because I feel like I should know more at my age. I should have other skills that I still don't have. especially when I compare myself to others. I feel embarrassed because, oh my gosh, people are leaving their parents' house at 18 and I'm still here. So a lot of thinking, a lot of embarrassment sometimes.
Yeah, I was talking to Gabi, that is a hostess here too, and talking about this, that people are leaving their parents' house like too early, and like I'm still there. What am I doing? Like that is wrong. So, and like people being like millionaire in like their 80s, like 18 with 18 years old just. So I think this is something maybe bad about social media, because we are always like comparing ourselves. And you, Bruno?
In this case, I agree with Mariana. There are some situations that we can't preview. In this case, we make we take we make a decisions, wrong decisions. In this case, I'm embarrassed. Yes.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I think like the same, like some actions, and like Sarah said about appearance, and like I felt embarrassed like about my hair in the past, but now it's everything okay. So like I think this is something important, like to don't feel embarrassed of who you are, like.
Yes.
And so everyone are coming back. So welcome back, Ricardo, Jefferson, and Edna. I want to know, how was the conversation, guys?
Really nice. Really,
I-
I was telling about the parent values, and it's I am a lucky guy because I receive a lot of good values from my parents and the other people's too. I was telling about the some situations when you are on a bus, was on a bus, and there are a sign telling, oh, these seats are reserved to elderly people. For me, it's a weird situation, a bad law, because it's not about the law. It's about the respect, in my opinion. So, if you, for example, I was telling for my colleagues, if you have just 10 seats and getting this bus, I don't know, 20 elderly people, these people have to stand up. So that's weird for me. And the other things, like, I don't know, the people, it's necessary, in my opinion, look in the eyes and, oh, nice day, good day for you. It's about a good violence that I received from my parents. And my mother obligates me to, oh, you have to pay attention. It's necessary to look in the eyes and desire a good day or something like that. But that's it.
Yeah, many good values, and this is something really nice that you said about like talk to people, like say good morning to people when you are like entering in a place. And what about you, Jefferson, Edna? Do you want to share something about the conversation?
I appreciate so much our conversation with Jefferson and Ricardo, and different opinions is very interesting because after the conversations, I continue reflect about the questions. Is very good. In this aspect of the Ricardo and the values, I receive good values for my parents, and the honest and responsibly respect us for the other. And Ricardo said the things important in those days, the respect, is the value is sometimes difficult in the young people, for respect and for the other. Is pay attention, the behavior. That it's.
Yeah, very good. And thanks for sharing, Edna. And Jefferson, do you want to say something?
Yeah, it's a very good talk. We talk about this. This is the point, to respect. You can respect it, and responsibility. You take responsibility for their actions, and you're full their obligations, as Ricardo said, and Edna. That's very interesting. And we talk a lot about respect, about to be kindness, about perseverance. I think it's very interesting. We talk about our past. And just to finish, I think about to be open-mindedness. I think this is our challenge today, how to be open-minded, about to be tolerant of different opinions, as I said. Different opinions, beliefs, and lifestyle is not so easy. But we must to embrace diversity and inclusion. That's all.
Yeah, very good. We talked a lot about this here, like about respect, and like that sometimes it's not to it is not about to accept, but to respect the others people's decisions. And so Bruno, Mariana, and Sarah, do you want to say something? Bruno, do you want to share how was your first conversation?
Sorry?
Do you want to share how was your first time here?
Okay. It's very amazing. Is a great opportunity to improve my English, because my English is not so good, and I think that is fantastic. I love it, and thanks for all things.
Yeah, thank you too, and I hope to see you more times here. And so Sarah and Mariana, do you want to say something or? Okay, so